909 words, within the 900 plus or minus 5% target, 855, 945. Here's the final script. Right now, deep inside your brain, your hippocampus is running a 90-minute countdown, and it's deciding quietly which memory from today survives and which one gets erased. The scientists who map this window admit they cannot pause it, slow it down, or reopen it once it shuts. But high performers have found one way to beat that clock, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is. Think about the conversation you had this morning, the instructions your boss gave you, the page you just read, the name you were just told. Right now, none of that is actually stored anywhere permanent. It's sitting in a fragile holding cell inside your hippocampus, a kind of memory waiting room, and it has exactly 90 minutes to get moved into permanent storage before that room gets cleared for tomorrow's intake. You can't feel this happening. There's no sensation of memories draining away, no warning light. But by tonight, most of what didn't make the cut will simply be gone, and you won't even remember that you forgot it because it never fully arrived in the first place. We're going to get to the exact rule that stops this. Stay with the mechanism first, because it explains why the fix works at all. Here's what's actually happening in there. Your hippocampus doesn't store memories the way a filing cabinet stores paper. It replays them. In the minutes after you learn something, your hippocampus fires the exact same neural sequence from the original event, except compressed 20 times faster, like a movie stuck on fast forward, playing over and over in bursts scientists call sharp-wave ripples. Each ripple is a vote for survival. The events that get replayed the most get tagged as important and slowly copied over to your neocortex, your long-term archive. Everything else stays untagged, unclaimed. And once the 90-minute window closes, the waiting room resets. Untagged memories are quietly overwritten by whatever comes next, the way a whiteboard gets wiped for the next meeting. Here's the part that should genuinely bother you. Researchers can watch this happen in real time. They can see the ripples on an EEG, count them, time them almost to the second. What they cannot do is control them. There is no drug, no supplement, no trick that reliably forces a specific memory to get tagged. The window opens on the brain's own schedule, not yours, and once it shuts, whatever wasn't replayed enough times is functionally gone, not hard to recall, just never fully written down to begin with. The people who study this for a living will tell you, off the record, that willpower has almost nothing to do with it. And we're still only halfway to the rule that actually works around this. And here's where it gets stranger. You'd assume the fix is to study longer, cram harder, keep the information flowing. That instinct is backwards. Feeding your brain a constant stream of new material during that 90-minute window actually crowds out the replay process. New input competes for the exact neural reel, a state the hippocampus needs to run its ripples. This is why marathon study sessions quietly sabotage themselves. It's also why some people who meditate or dive straight into deep focus work right after learning something report remembering less, not more. Active, effortful concentration can actually suppress the very replay that would have locked the memory in. So what do high performers actually do differently? They protect the window instead of fighting through it. The moment a hippocampal replay period is triggered, right after a hard problem, a critical meeting, a piece of information they genuinely need to keep, they deliberately go quiet. No new input, no scrolling, no phone calls, no fresh conversation, no next task queued up immediately. Just 10 to 20 minutes of low stimulation downtime, staring out a window, a slow walk with no podcast, eyes closed in silence. This isn't laziness, and it isn't a break in the way you've been taught to think about breaks. It's a runway. It gives the hippocampus a clear, uncontested stretch of time to run its replay bursts without new information flooding the same circuitry. Elite athletes, surgeons, and chess players who train under intense cognitive load often structure their day in roughly 90-minute blocks for exactly this reason. Work hard, then stop hard, because the stopping is when the learning actually gets saved. The rule isn't work harder or study longer. It's interrupt yourself on purpose, at the right moment, and let the replay finish without interference. You can start tonight. After anything you actually need to remember: a study session, a difficult conversation, a plan you just made. Give yourself a real 15-minute buffer with no screens and no new information before you move on to the next task. And protect your first sleep cycle especially. The deepest replay bursts of the entire day happen in those opening 90 minutes after you fall asleep, which is exactly why a fragmented, interrupted first hour of sleep can quietly cost you memories no amount of coffee the next morning will bring back. But the hippocampus isn't the only structure deciding what you keep. Somewhere nearby, your amygdala is already overriding those decisions, deciding which memories get flagged as emotionally urgent enough to skip the line entirely, whether you want them kept or not.